Hello. Oh shit. Hello. Goddamn. Filters. Hello. 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 Oh shit, that's so loud. Hello. Hello. Oh my god, that sounds way better. Hello. Hello. Oh yeah. That's it. Alright, let's get it. I don't know what's good. Let's do this one, cause fuck it, why not? Oh boy. Oh, here we go. Oh fuck. Oh shit, that's disgusting. That's even more disgusting. Oh boy, oh boy.
Never fear change.
Fuck it. We ball. Let's get it.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Minions have spawned.
We have learned as much as we have suffered. Lathrian only. As Ionia changes, so must I. Never become a monster to defeat you. My spirit is an unquenchable power. We must all make our choices.
Oh, back up, back up, back up.
Never falter. Now we prove our courage. Never again will I sit idle.
Oh, I gotta save him.
To conquer oneself is to
First
conquer
blood.
Focus. The answer lies within.
Oh, this dude's gotta back up and heal.
Never falter. I have seen two paths, and know another between. Act with conviction. Peace. Lathrian only. Indecision is failure.
The fuck was that? Yeah, I'm not gonna push up too much. I don't know what our fucking
Follow the
that
river.
guy's doing.
Ionia speaks through me. Peace, no matter the cost.
Oh,
By force of will.
An ally has been slain.
no, no, no. I could get a quick hit in. Oh shit.
Heart and mind as one.
Okay.
Gaia
Ally has been slain.
Focus. None will question our resolve.
Without the fucking jungler coming in and knocking them on. You put that shit down. Oh, I have no mana. Fuck.
Never become a monster to defeat. Never falter.
Enemy killing spree.
Now we prove our courage.
Yeah, I'm out. I don't know what to do. I need mana. Very badly. You next.
Challenge what you know.
Now I'm good to go. I think. I don't fucking know, man.
To conquer oneself is to conquer all.
What do you mean?
Peace. Never be changed. Sa el-Assad Focus.
Fuck do you
We
mean
have learned
retreat,
as
bro?
much as we have suffered.
Enemy rampage.
As Ionia changes, so must I. Never falter.
Oh my god. Alright.
My spirit is an unquenchable fire.
The fuck is he trying to do?
Sa el-Assad Tiridi. We must all make our choices. Act with conviction.
An ally has been slain.
Never again will I sit idle.
An enemy is unstoppable.
Within. Latvian only.
Ooh, didn't allow me to walk into that. What the fuck?
I have seen two paths and made another between. Gaen Tiridi. Indecision is failure. heart and mind.
Oh my god, this shit makes no sense, bro. What? Just gonna shut up and do whatever the fuck he does. 'Cause he probably knows a lot more than me.
Challenge what you know. Latvian only.
Oh shit.
An enemy dominated.
Never fear.
So what, we're just
They have
guarding
learned
this shit?
as much as we have suffered.
I guess. I don't. Fuck. Should make no sense, bro.
Focus. As I only so
Has been slain. Ally has
Oh yeah,
been
this is
slain.
me dead.
never falter.
God damn, bro. Alright. There's the fucking Wukong.
My
An
spirit is
enemy is
unquenchable.
godlike.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get shit on this round, I already know.
Enemy killing spree. An enemy is legendary.
The fuck is he doing?
We must all make our
I'm
choices.
gonna go try and help this. Yep. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help.
Enemy is legendary.
Oh my god, he's so fucking dead, bro. I want it. No. Fuck.
The answer lies within. Peace, no matter the cost.
There we go. Just standing by the tower again.
Sa el Assad Tiridi. I have seen two paths.
Oh my god, motherfucker, bro. I don't have anything to heal with. I just gotta wait. Just like he is. What the fuck was that?
An enemy has been
I'll
slain.
boost him and just play back. Ooh, oh, that's not gonna
An
work.
ally has been slain.
Yeah, I'm backing up too. Fuck this. Though I have no gold. It's probably from this guy too. Someone else vote surrender, I will too.
Challenge what you know.
It's like, what is he doing, bro?
Enemy rampage.
Latrian only. Never fear change.
Just gonna fucking play solo, I guess.
We have learned as much as we have suffered.
An ally has been slain.
Oh yeah, that
Your turret has been destroyed.
guy's going fucking crazy.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Gaia Kiribi by force of will.
He just comes out of fucking nowhere. Like, what are you doing? Oh my god.
As Ionia changes, so must I.
Shut down.
I mean, if he's just gonna stand here, I guess I will too.
My spirit is an unquenchable fire. Never falter. We must all make our choices. Latrian only.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Never again will I sit idle.
Let's just push up.
There is wisdom.
And
in
when I
war.
see him, I'll just run away.
The answer lies within. Gaia na Kirivi.
Enemy killing spree. Enemy double kill.
None will question our resolve. Focus.
I got him.
I have seen two paths.
Backing up,
and made
backing
another
up.
between.
What the fuck is he
Sa
doing?
Elisar Kirivi.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Better back up.
Never falter. Heart and mind as one.
You're gonna die, dude.
An ally has been slain.
Never become a monster to defeat. Sa Elisar Kirivi.
An enemy has been slain.
Challenge what you need.
An enemy
I'm just gonna play by the fucking tower. That's all I can do.
has been destroyed.
Never fear change.
Ow, holy shit.
learned as
An
much
enemy
as
has been slain.
Oh, I gotta back up. What the fuck?
As Ionia changes, so must I.
Ah, shit.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
We must all make our choices. Focus. Never again will I say peace.
An ally has been slain.
The answer lies within.
Oh.
Now we prove our courage.
We can grab it. We can grab this.
Guide, hear
Your turret has been destroyed.
seem too
Oh. Motherfucker, bro. Oh, I love that. So fucking close.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
heart and mind as one.
Ah. Okay, I'm not pushing. Motherfucker, bro.
To conquer oneself is to conquer all.
Yeah, if there's a third one, I'm definitely. Come on. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Fuck this. Wu Kang's fucking shitting on us, bro.
An enemy is legendary.
17-1, bro. Like, what do you even do? I get it. I don't know the basics. This game is new, but fuck. One more, then I'll see how I feel. Because this game is something else. One more, then I'll see how I feel. Because this game is something else. One more, then I'll see how I feel. Let me guess, the other person isn't gonna accept. Shocking. Wolf banner icon. Holy shit, I am lucky as fuck. Wow. Ugh.
Fast food and restaurant related crimes. In recent years, they've
Nope. And of course, I am shocked. I am stunned. Did not mean to do that.
Longtime viewers know I have a bit of an obsession with fast food and restaurant related crimes. In recent years, they've only gotten more bizarre, such as a Chinese restaurant recently caught with roadkill in its freezer. This Taco Bell worker was just arrested for shooting a gun at a customer who asked for a free water cup. And you've got beloved restaurant mascots getting arrested on police body cam in front of children.
Chucky's a little bit busy, ma'am. Chucky, come with me, Chucky. Chucky, stop resisting.
We'll be exploring this ridiculous restaurant crime wave today, and I think a great place to start is the man accused of perpetrating an $80,000 mac and cheese scam at Chick-fil-A.
Whoa. That's uncalled for.
He
Come
rang
on.
up 800 trays of mac and cheese.
The Chick-fil-A Mac Daddy scandal. Meet 23-year-old Keyshawn Jones. Back in 2025, this guy worked here. The Chick-fil-A on William D. Tate Avenue in Dallas, Texas. This Chick-fil-A is highly reviewed and has been around for literal decades. We're talking Los Pollos Hermanos levels of customer service here.
Oh my god, fuck,
Minus the
I'm
meth
going to
part.
get spots.
You could
Probably
say
just
it
got
has
banned.
something of a legacy in the fast food chicken world. This standard of excellence was something Keyshawn seemingly held
What?
for a time. But for unspecified reasons, in October
Oh,
of 2025,
man.
customers noticed that he mysteriously disappeared from the restaurant. Coinciding with the disappearance of Keyshawn, restaurant visitors noted cashier clerks getting cagey when the
This shit
subject of
just
mac and
so
cheese was brought
fucking
up in
confusing.
orders, leading some to believe that Keyshawn's abrupt absence was somehow linked to the delicious side item. Some of you might be thinking this detail is a completely
10
made-up
randomly
embellishment that I
selected
put in
champions
solely for
assemble on a
storytelling
narrow
purposes,
path,
and my response to that
cross
is
to
you're
the other
absolutely
side
right.
and destroy everything
But
in your
all
path.
seriousness, what happened to
Queue up
Keyshawn?
solo
Why did he
or
disappear?
partner.
So Keyshawn didn't actually go
Queue up
missing,
solo or
rather he was
partner with your
fired back in
friends.
October of 2025. The reason
This
for
multi-team
firing is
game,
unknown.
face your
But this
foes in
firing
chaotic
isn't why
battles
we're here. It's
across
what happened
diverse
after he got
arenas.
terminated. In November of 2025, Keyshawn Jones was being accused of perpetrating a multi-$1,000 revenge theft scheme involving hundreds of catering trays of mac and cheese. Over a period of months, the man covertly snuck into the store using prior connections and would steal trays of mac and cheese without anyone knowing. He hoarded these catering trays back at what was ostensibly a trap house.
Oh man. Gotta love that shit. Gotta love that shit. Fuck does any of this do? I don't fucking get it, bro. I don't get it. Ugh. Awesome. Did I even spell league right? I don't think I spelled league right. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes.
Fast food criminals in his network. The men gorged and got fat from their spoils, with Chick-fil-A getting totally screwed in the process. And what I just described to you is the fake story that most people online have taken as fact recently. I repeat, do not sue me. What I just said was totally bullshit. However, Keyshawn did allegedly perpetrate a Chick-fil-A mac and cheese scheme, but just not in the way that you might expect. After getting fired, this guy was caught on surveillance camera returning to the store that he used to work at in plain clothes about a month later. While it's unclear exactly how he was able to have unfettered access to this register while being terminated, Keyshawn, aka the Mac Daddy, got to cooking when he saw an opportunity. Keyshawn allegedly used his knowledge of Chick-fil-A's register system to
Reveals
rig up a
enemy
total of
stealth
800
wards,
catering
traps
trays
around you
of
for
mac
8
and cheese,
seconds.
and then subsequently processed a
Oh
refund
my
of the
God.
trays to himself
So must I.
using his own bank cards, netting what is reported to be close to $80,000
Oh,
in funds.
awesome.
No mac and cheese actually exchanged hands. Bro just printed the money out of thin air. He actually thinks he's the Federal Reserve. over here.
Great.
I do want to note that there's some
We have
discrepancy
learned
in
as
current
much as
reports
we have
about this
suffered.
story, with some claiming that he did this big refund scheme in one fell swoop, and others saying he brought over multiple
Oh,
businesses.
I did
We
fuck.
have to say the latter option makes more sense, but regardless, Keyshawn wouldn't get away with this nearly six-figure heist. Chick-fil-A store owner Jarvis Boyd was quick to notice the massive mac and cheese debt on his balance sheet. And after
Yikes,
sitting
yikes,
down,
yikes.
checked the surveillance cameras and found out why that happened.
Oh
Notified the
my
Grapevine
God.
police on November
Oh my
29th,
God, I don't think I'm
telling police Keyshawn
cut out
had
for this
swindled
shit.
them. He also added that he knew the Mac Daddy had his direct deposit set up with a local credit union when he still worked at Chick-fil-A, suggesting
Never
police
again
look there
will
for
I
the
see
stolen funds. From the footage, cops were able to confirm the thief was in fact Keyshawn, and they were also able to cross-reference the location of the pilfered funds, which totaled up to $80,105. Feeling as though they had enough evidence, the police went on a manhunt
None
for the
will question
at-large
our
Mac
resolve.
Daddy. Months later, in April of 2026, an arrest warrant was issued, but the cheesy con man was slippery to say the least. As the saying goes, real G's move in silence like lasagna, and the Mac Daddy managed to noodle his way around police
Now
for
we
several
peel our
weeks,
curtains.
evading arrest on multiple occasions. However, on April 17th, 2026, on National Cheese Ball Day, police finally managed to arrest this guy. Keyshawn Jones is facing charges including property theft, money laundering, fraud, and evading arrest. He's reportedly being held on a $111,000 bond at the Tarrant County Jail. If
Oh.
convicted, the Chick-fil-A Mac Daddy faces a maximum of 10 years in state prison. Considering the sky-high prices of not just fast food, but literally everything else these days, it's no surprise folks are turning to harebrained criminal schemes to make do. But you don't have to risk prison time to earn real cash. Upside has you covered. So Upside is the first cashback app, and in my opinion is both seamless and actually useful. How does it work? You can go out and spend money, open the Upside app, and find the spot you're about to spend at. Claim an Upside cashback offer, and when you swipe your card at that gas station, fast food spot, or grocery store, whatever you claimed, you just got back real cash from your purchase that you can actually use. No points or coupon gimmicks. Real money that, you can put in your bank account. Upside has given back $1 billion
Oh
to its users.
God, bro,
Check out
what?
how much you could earn. Download the free Upside app and use promo code WavyWebSurf to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using promo code WavyWebSurf. Big thanks to Upside for the
Oh shit, I think we're dead.
An ally has been slain.
Like, bro, what
He
the
shot a
fuck?
customer over a water cup. Okay, so a bit of a self-report here, but I, and I'm sure many of you watching, are well aware of the fast food water cup trend. You're at a fast food restaurant, perhaps in a broke degen phase of your life, and you want a soda with your food, but you don't want to pay. So you ask the clerk for one of those free water cups.
I have
And
seen
what do you
two
do with it?
paths,
Well,
and made
after
another
paying for the
between.
food, you make sure nobody's looking and take that free water cup and slink over to the soda dispenser and fill that
Dominating.
bitch up with Dr. Pepper or whatever preferred soda you like. It's a relatively victimless crime and virtually no one is inconvenienced by it, but technically, yes, it is stealing. And I guess someone has to refill the syrup dispenser faster. Now, as someone
How?
who worked in fast food many years
Yeah,
ago,
I'm outta
and
here.
also who has just historically been really thirsty when I was younger, I found that it's rare that restaurants actually crack down on folks for exploiting the water supply. But just know
What the
there can
fuck?
be potentially life-threatening consequences. This is Florida man Rob Stein. On April 27, 2026, he was in the mood
I'm out,
for
I'm out,
America's
I'm out,
favorite
I'm out.
Tex-Mex slop and made his way over to the local Taco Bell at the intersection of Military
answer
Trail and
lies
45th
within.
Street in West Palm Beach.
An enemy
I
has
love
been slain.
Taco Bell, but we gotta keep it real. That shit looks like dog food. Anyways, Rob presumably makes his order, but doesn't perform the water cup trick. Rather, he just sits down at a booth and chills. His critical role in this story will become apparent soon enough. Let's meet another player. Manning the register on this day is 20-year-old Damari Jaquan Patterson. And because of his standing as cashier, he, by merit of his position, is on the front line of the water cup
An
defense
enemy
at
has
Taco
been
Bell.
slain.
While most fast food clerks could be described as meat, this guy was anything but.
As I
In
only
fact, this person may have actually been overqualified for his position of soda food stop. According to police reports, Patterson had a history of and also pulling out knives on people during
I'm just bad. Holy shit, I'm just
protecting
fucking
Taco
terrible.
Bell soda fountains. You'd have to have a death wish to pull the water cup trick here. I mean, this is serious
have
business.
learned
Taco
as
Bell
much
has
as we
Baja
have
Blast, and we find that Patterson is willing to protect it by any means necessary. Now back to Rob's point of view. Shortly after Mr. Steiner sits down, 3 women enter the store, and let's just say they were up to no good. Details here are a bit murky, but apparently one of these women requested a water cup from our violent cashier, Mr. Patterson here. And what did she do after getting the water cup? She filled it up with soda, Damari sees her do it, and he loses his goddamn mind. A verbal
Oh my
altercation
god, it
occurred.
fucking got caught, bro.
Who apparently had called them out over the soda theft. Mr. Rob Steiner, who is off to the side sipping on a non-energy drink that he hilariously smuggled into the restaurant, he can sense something crazy is about to happen and starts recording. That recording is the video you're seeing on screen now.
never again will I sit idle.
The yelling and bickering continues for some time, and you can start to see customers noping out of the restaurant. That's the conflict.
No way,
Feeling
what?
of Something horribly wrong is about to happen.
Man, I was right
apparently
fucking
palpable
there,
inside of
dude.
the Taco Bell. And finally, it happens. What you're about to see is Patterson allegedly attempting to pistol whip one of the customers. And when he does so, he's off the ground. He's swinging his gun on the fucking world. Everybody in the restaurant then swings his gun at the customer.
Bro, bro, bro. Bro, bro. Holy shit, man.
The response time in this area is insane because within the same video recording, we can actually see that police enter the building as they go in to apprehend the
We must
shooter
all
and
make our
assess for
choices.
injuries.
An
So
enemy
what
has been
exactly
slain.
happened on the inside after the gunshot was fired? Did somebody actually get killed over a water cup? According to reports, Patterson's swinging of the arm during the pistol whip motion knocked the lady directly in front of him down to the ground. The gunshot that happened almost immediately after grazed the eyebrow of one of
An
the other
enemy
girls.
has been
So he
slain.
literally did like a fucking combo
Sa
attack
el
here.
Assad,
Bro hit the bullet curve technique.
Just trying
like
to
that
clear the
one dude
way.
in the two
Clear the
weeks
way.
ago.
Oh, looks like they're gonna need me.
and made another.
Shut down.
was a short distance
An
away
enemy
from
has
him
been
near the
slain.
door. Patterson allegedly fired a shot at him, but thankfully he missed, resulting in this bullet hole that we're seeing. You might be surprised to learn that according to affidavits, Patterson himself called 911 soon after the shooting, fully admitting to Baja blasting at the water cup girl. But he claimed it was in response to them jumping on the counter and threatening. He specifically told authorities that he believed the women were armed. But big surprise, when they searched the women, they had no guns on them at all, and neither the surveillance footage or Rothsteiner's video showed any of the water cup group jumping on the counter. Not that jumping on the counter would justify using these. Yeah, Patterson totally overreacted. I mean, I'm all for defending against water cup soda fans, but attempting to blow someone's shit smooth off is taking it a bit too far. I mean, you're throwing your life away for a 99-cent cup of soda. It's not that serious. Unsurprisingly, police felt this guy had committed a crime. Their affidavit specifically says, quote, Patterson did intentionally and unlawfully threaten by word or act to do violence, which created a well-founded fear in the victim that such violence was imminent, unquote. Because of his passion for protecting soda, Mr. Patterson would be arrested and charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm. As for the lady whose eyebrow was grazed, they later drove themselves to the JFK North Medical Hospital. They were treated for minor injuries and released not long after. Damari Patterson would appear in court later on April 28th, and he still remains in custody. His next scheduled
Yeah, I'm
court
trying to
date
push this
is
shit.
May 27th. The Chinese road
We got
kill
more coming
conspiracy.
in.
So Chinese buffets are like infamously some of the most grotesquely random establishments. And yes, I know it's not fast food, but there are so many stories from these places, and I think this is the video to talk about them in. I have one that literally got caught
What?
killing his freezer. Welcome to the China Queen
Yeah, I'm just
Buffet.
ignoring
It's
her.
not all too unlike any other
There we go.
original
Anyway,
Chinese
back,
restaurants
back,
that
back.
you find around the United States. Questionable
Holding
review
this
scores,
spot.
dated-looking decor with the interior
Wait in,
design
wait in.
and nursing homes.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
General Sal right now. You know it's gonna slap when it looks like this.
Yo,
I just might have to make sure that
fucking
my
going,
medical
dude.
insurance premiums are up to date because this place has something of let's just say history to it. As recently as April 1st, 2026, the Pineville China Queen has had some health code infractions during inspection, such as an employee drinking a beverage in a sensitive food prep area and another violation citing toxic cleaning chemicals being stored incorrectly. Another gross one in the context that this place is a buffet is an
Rampage.
infraction citing that food wasn't marked with the time that it should be cooked, served, or discarded, implying that
Your
there could
team
be,
has destroyed
let's
a
just
turret.
say, some freshness issues at play at this place. But hey, at least these
Never
guys
again
aren't storing
will I
raw
say
salmon in plastic bags on the floor like that other Chinese buffet was.
I don't know what this is. This is fish.
Shut
On the
down.
floor.
So China Queen had a couple of minor oopsies,
Rampage.
but by the time their April 8th follow-up inspection came around, they had corrected all of those
An
issues
ally has been
previously mentioned.
slain.
But there was one other thing going
Your
on
team
here that
has
the
destroyed a
inspector
turret.
seemingly missed. On April
Shut down.
21st, 2026, a member of the public shared this image to Facebook, allegedly taken behind
Now
the China
we
Queen
cool our
restaurant. It shows a restaurant worker skinning some sort of four-legged animal in broad daylight outside the building. A Facebook post describing the incident read, quote, Chinese restaurant between Super One and TJ Maxx in Pineville, skinning roadkill behind the restaurant yesterday. They found the skin and head in dumpster out
By
back.
force
Y'all
of
might
will.
want to bring a DNA kit to these restaurants
Oh.
to check the status of meat you are eating from these places. God, man. These Chinese
Oh my
restaurants
God,
are
here we go,
really
just keep
doing
shooting me.
the most to keep those offensive stereotypes alive about
An
them
enemy has
serving
been
cat and
slain.
dog meat to customers. Jesus Christ.
Heart and mind
What the
as
fuck
one.
was going on here? The Facebook post exposing the alleged skinning operation eventually caught the attention of the Pineville Police Department. The obvious big fear here is that the restaurant was serving whatever was skinned in the back alley at the buffet. Saying that probably wasn't. So they were concerned.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Suspected it was a case of a roadkill animal being skinned for later consumption by the photographed employee in question, which was not only extremely unhinged, but legally questionable in the state.
dead, I'm dead.
Look around and get to the bottom of this creepy back down. According to reports, when searching the kitchen, police allegedly discovered a deer carcass stored in a freezer alongside other food, as well as deer and body parts in a box near the dumpster outside. So yeah, not looking good for the restaurant. They allegedly had a fucking roadkill animal hanging out with other food that was to be served to customers. An employee, 44-year-old Jiang Hua Zheng, would claim to officers that he had found the deer carcass along the road the morning of the skinning. He went on to further state that he planned to use the deer to create some sort of meat stew, and that it would be for personal use. Still, the fact that he put the roadkill meat in with the other food, bro, that meat is not up to health code freezer standards. It probably had all kinds of bacteria and slime on it that you potentially cross-contaminated to other items. This dude is out here trying to start a new pandemic.
Breland says the dangers of harvesting roadkill doesn't just stop at the dinner table. You could even face jail time for crime.
In the wake of the discovery, the butchered roadkill deer was immediately removed from the restaurant, and finally staff clapped this together notice on their door. Man, this statement is crazy. I'm imagining somebody reading this with no context, thinking that somebody got served human juice. Check it out. We apologize for the recent incident. The item involved was never intended to be served to customers, but it was improperly stored. It has been fully cleaned and sanitized. We are cooperating with health authorities. This is not bad. Thank you for understanding. After this incident, I cleaned up temporarily halted service, and Mr. Zhang was actually charged with the roadkill culinary.
Oh my god. You gotta be fucking with me, bro.
As far as I know, China Queen is still in operation. If I'm ever in the Pineville area, I'm gonna stop by and try it out. The pictures of the food online.
Why are you coming after me?
I reckon I'll be cautious.
Oh my god.
Tim Hortons Poop Roast.
This is bad.
There are few fast food stories that baffle the mind more than what happened at a Tim Hortons on May 14th of 2018 in Langley, British Columbia. At some point during the day, an older woman hurriedly barged into the restaurant. She wasn't after food, she was looking for a bathroom. Prairie dogging and on the verge of exploding, the distraught lady demands the cashier to let her into the restroom. And from what I can tell, it seems the bathroom here was for paying customers only, which she wasn't. The cashier tells her no, and the gassy guest then launches into a tirade against the worker. CCTV footage shows the two squabbling back and forth for some time. The restaurant is packed with customers, and as they argue, you can imagine literally everyone inside is watching it play out. You know, it's like a Waffle House. After squabbling
Where the
for some
fuck did
time,
he go?
the
Oh.
customer apparently had enough of the shit. She reaches over, grabs a handful of napkins, steps back, and within a matter of seconds, throws a massive turd of shit onto the floor. The woman then takes more napkins, wipes her ass a bit, and then skedaddles out of the restaurant feeling like a brand new bitch. The Tim Hortons turd tosser was almost immediately reported to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, who initiated a citywide manhunt for the death. She was found later that day and taken to the
Oh, what
gulag
the
for 1,000
fuck?
tries. One question he had at the time was, why exactly women at the Tim Hortons let her use the bathroom? I mean, if she was truly about to shit herself, why don't you just do a homegirl a favor? Well, Tim Hortons said that the customer in particular had caused problems at that store, and staff had on a, so to speak, remote tip. Our current understanding is that the team members use their discretion in this case, and denied access to this guest based on the team and out of concern for the immediate safety of team members and guests. Matters escalated, the team member contacted local authorities for assistance. The Tim Hortons poop thrower to this day is unnamed by media. So I don't know what happened.
I'm just not doing any damage, bro. Look at this.
Canadians out there, nothing out of the ordinary. Typical Chuck E. Cheese. So what was out of the ordinary is what happened after she left. The following day after visiting the restaurant, Michelle realized that not only was her debit card missing, but somebody had been issuing fraudulent charges to it from various stores around town, hitting 6 different businesses and racking up costs in stores that she never went to. Somebody had charged a total of $105.57 on her account. Michelle visited some of the stores that were charging her in an attempt to understand what was happening or who could be behind this. And that's where she made a break in the case. One of the businesses had CCTV footage of an individual using her card to purchase goods. And who was it? Charles Entertainment Cheese. Yep, Chuck E. Cheese himself was behind the card theft. Or, well, to be more specific, it was the guy who played Chuck E. Cheese at that one she visited. 41-year-old Jermell Jones. Michelle had apparently seen this guy uncostumed at Chuck E. Cheese before. She recognized Jermell's face and reported him to police. On July 23, 2025, officers would be dispatched to bust the undercover criminal masquerading as a pizza-loving mouse. They pulled up to the Chuck E. Cheese in no mood to play games. When they got there, there was indeed a Chuck E. Cheese mascot in the store on that day, working. Now, anybody could have been inside of that costume, but they were pretty sure it was Jermell. The following is police body cam footage showing officers trapping the rat in 4K.
We're gonna detain the mouse, dear. We are. Do it. I want you to. Go around and ask. Go around. You want me to come in front of these kids? Grab him, quick. Chucky's a little bit busy, ma'am. Chucky. Come with me, Chucky. Come with Chucky. Chucky, stop resisting. Don't let your hands go. Stop resisting. You're being detained. Stop resisting. Let it go. Let it go. Do not cause a scene here, sir.
As the costumed actor is escorted outside, there is much confusion and even anger from restaurant patrons on the inside, with customers accusing the cops of traumatizing children.
He's a criminal. What would you like to know?
I would like y'all to walk him out the door with some traumatizing all these children, seeing somebody like Chuck E. Cheese. Would y'all put Mickey Mouse in handcuffs?
Have a good night.
After quieting the scene a bit, the time finally came to unmask the rat. And there was some concern that they could have potentially had the wrong guy. The moment of truth.
Does this come off, man? Does this just come off the top? I want to hurt you. I'll work you. There you go.
Yep, it was him, all right. They thankfully detained the right guy. But Jermell seemed to have no recollection of perpetrating any credit card fraud. Well, damn. That's weird. I guess we gotta let him go. I'm all for giving someone the benefit of the doubt, but it's pretty hard when cops subsequently search Jermell and literally find the woman's bank card in his pocket with receipts from where he spent her money. God damn, dude.
I dedicated my services are needed once. Prepare for unforeseen consequences.
In light of these findings, Jermell would be arrested and charged with suspicion of larceny, possession of another person's ID without consent, and fraudulent use of a credit card 2 or more times. He was taken to Leon County Jail, where he posted his $6,500 bail on July 24th, 2025. A spokesperson for Chuck E. Cheese put out a statement on the 25th saying, quote, "We are aware of an incident involving a part-time employee arrested at our Tallahassee location on Wednesday. We have taken the appropriate action concerning the subject employee." And by take appropriate action, what they meant is that they put Jermell in a spring-lock Bonnie suit and killed him. Part-time employee arrested at our... Just kidding, they fired him. Jones would later plead not guilty and is being represented by the local public defender's office. I'm pretty sure his lawyer's name is like Jimmy McGill or something like that. Don't quote me. Seriously, bro, what is this Better Call Saul ass criminal case? Guy in a Chuck E. Cheese suit stealing bank cards. You can't make this up. Bro, the way they unmask him, it's so Scooby-Doo. On January 26, 2026, he changed his plea to no contest and was sentenced to 3 years of probation. The Burger King slapper. I often hear people complaining about the service inside of fast food restaurants, you know, like the employees are rude and don't seem to give a shit about their jobs and stuff like that. Well, I mean, when the pay is terrible and you have to go through what the victim in this story did, you can kind of see why the morale isn't so high at these places. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, on June 26, 2020, 21-year-old Austin Addison entered a Burger King in a fit of rage. This guy claimed to have had something stolen from him by a woman that worked at this restaurant. This woman was some sort of acquaintance of his, and he demanded she come out so he could confront her. Now, on the receiving end of this manlet's outburst is the cashier on screen here. His name is unknown. And this cashier does his best to maintain order and protect his employees. Austin, the petulant manlet, quickly loses his temper and completely blows up on this cashier who's just doing nothing more than politely refusing him from seeing this employee that this crazy guy is trying to just summon to the front on a whim. And what does he get in return for his patience? A slap to the face.
In fucking jail for robbery and stealing stuff. So she needs to get the fuck out of here before I get her put in jail for the rest of her life. Sir, you are on camera right now?
What the
After smacking the poor cashier, Austin Addison stormed out of the store. Police were called about the slap, and the person filming the video claims that not long after, they saw the slapper being confronted by a police deputy about a half-mile down the road from the restaurant. Addison would eventually be arrested by police and charged with harassment, disorderly conduct, and criminal mischief.
Yeah,
Yes, for
long-ass
slapping
queue.
a fast food employee, you will get slapped in cuffs. I think that's only fair, right? This Burger King slapping case wound up going quite viral on social media, with many engagement baiting accounts on X creating fake stories for why the slap occurred. The most infamous, of course, being a post that claimed, quote, "Guy slaps Burger King employee because his nuggets were too spicy."
Neutralized.
Which is just, it's just so fucking stupid. But yeah, guys, you wonder why a lot of fast food workers don't seem all too thrilled
There
when
we
at work?
go.
They're getting paid pennies on the dollar to deal with some of the most mentally deficient 80 IQ rage pig crackheads in America on a daily basis. You try to be polite and a pissed off moron with a speech impediment slaps you for no fucking reason. But yeah, cut these workers some slack. They may have just gotten physically assaulted 5 minutes into their shift before you came in. Taco Bell nacho cheese snot rocket incident. If you thought workers putting bodily fluids in food was a thing of the past, I hate to inform you, it's commonly done still. And not only are workers sabotaging customers' orders, they're hawking loogies and co-worker meals to settle grievances too. On May 6, 2025, at a Taco Bell on Highway 90 in Milton, Florida, Kariston Royal, who is a
then get closed, and maybe some other projects that were Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about one of the
don't
most
tell me
insane
no one's gonna
cases in
join
American
this.
criminal history, the North Hollywood Shootout. The North Hollywood Shootout took place in the early hours of February the 28th, 1997 in Los Angeles, California. In less than an hour, what was supposed to be a simple bank robbery became one of the largest gunfights in law enforcement history. One of the most interesting details of the entire case is that nearly the entire shootout was caught on camera, meaning that now we can go back, watch the entire thing play out for ourselves, and decide exactly what went wrong. And we're going to do just that today. We're going to look at the criminals themselves, everything that led up to and happened immediately after the shootout, and piece by piece break down the events of that eventful day. And if you're not familiar with the events of that day, I cannot stress to you how much this looks like something out of an action movie, and I mean that in the best and worst way. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around as we break down one of the most remarkable cases of a heist gone wrong. But before you hear me go on another unhinged rant, let's make sure you're hearing it the right way with today's sponsor, Raycon earbuds. With the best audio quality and the best package available, it's no mystery why Raycon earbuds has over 48,000 5-star reviews. With the noise isolating design that amplifies your sound, Raycon is a fantastic package at half the price of their competitors. And thanks to the oily rubber look and feel of the earbuds themselves, not only are they very comfortable, but as you can see, they're very discreet and low profile while you're wearing them. And it's because of that design that whenever I sit down to edit or watch a YouTube video, they remain comfortably in my ear and I don't even notice. And as a matter of fact, because of that design, no matter what you do or however you turn or whatever way you move, the Raycon earbuds will never fall out. Raycon earbuds also offer a 32-hour battery life with 8 hours of playtime, which is perfect for unhinged conspiracy rants on YouTube. Raycon earbuds also offer a large push button on the side of the earbud itself, so if you need to skip ahead in the music or pause the song or turn up the volume or even pick up a call, you can do all of it without ever touching anything besides the earbud itself. And thanks to Raycon, if you go to the link in the description today at buyraycon.com/Wendigoon, you will be able to get your order for 15% off. That's right, just go to the link in the description at buyraycon.com/Wendigoon and you will be able to get this fantastic offer for 15% off. What's not to love? Thank you all so much for watching the ad. Thank you so much to Raycon for sponsoring the video. It really does mean the most. Hope you all check them out. Link is in the description, and we are back to the video.
My God,
we are going to go ahead and get into it, but as always, thank you for watching. Now, before I dive into the details, I want to say a lot of this information comes from NorthHollywoodShootout.net. The writers over there have not only done a phenomenal job at compiling evidence and sifting what does mean the most. Hope you all check them out. Link is in the description, and we are back to the video. We are going to go ahead and get into it, but as always, thank you for watching. Now, before I dive into the details, I want to say a lot.
Oh, I'm already in. What the fuck? Oh, and they got me in a fucking grave. This lane is gonna be so fucking fun. Holy shit. Oh, okay.
2 a.m. That's all right.
Nope. I fucking walked into that shit, bro. Fucking annoying, bro. Oh, I hate people that are this fucking aggressive. Oh, I'm still in farm. Yeah, still farm, still farm. God damn. Oh my God, back the fuck up.
Stay strong, buddy.
I won't stop fighting! Take me down!
else will shield me.
Mina is so fucking low, dude. God damn it, bro. Okay. That, nope, not you. That, and that, and that, and that, afterwards. Yeah, they're gonna have their ult soon, but that's gonna be real fun. Oh my god, he reposts that shit, dude.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm backing up, I'm backing up. I cannot take them both. He really wants this.
I should take a look at what.
Well, someone's looking to make a statement.
God damn, dude. God fucking damn, bro. The worst fucking team up right here. Don't know what to do right now.
Very wily paradox. They destroyed the Guardian of the Blue.
Yeah, I think we're gonna fuck this one.
Pitiful line.
Surrender now,
Fucking annoying ass bitch. Oh, he got him. Yep.
Stay down.
Oh my god. How are we actually doing this, bro? Holy.
Give them hell, boys!
Right back.
bit of damage.
Going to. I got more where that came from.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Probably not smart since I'm so low, but fuck it. God damn it. God fucking damn it, bro.
No point in letting them just lie there.
We work well together.
Fuck them both. Fuck them both so fucking hard. Oh my god, no fucking way, bro. I'm doing pretty bad. I could be doing a lot better.
Is waiting to be claimed.
What do I... Where... Fuck. Let's just farm. The waves coming here. Just waiting for it. Shoot at me? Yeah, there they are. Should probably head back to green. Looks like yellow's got it. Never mind, they're gonna get fucked.
Yo, there's 3 on my line.
Yeah, there's 3 on yellow.
Need help.
I see to yellow.
My ult, I could probably fuck some shit up. Just let him go.
Each and every one of them.
No, how the fuck does he get past that, bro? Oh my god, I'm fucking... Oh!
Yeah, why is Pocket so fresh? What the fuck happened?
What? Wait, what the hell?
Yeah, why is it 6 and 1? Holy shit, rate your ass. No hate though.
Yeah, I'm even.
My bad, Salim.
They destroyed the Guardian on yellow.
Come on, Shiv, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. You know they're gonna try and push this shit too.
The right purchase can shift the battle.
No, let me up. Fucking love this game. Yo, why the fuck are they both here?
Let's see who's still standing.
How the fuck? What? Oh my lord, bro. I don't fucking get that shit. I don't fucking get that shit. Slowing bullets.
Our Yellow Walker is under attack.
Try and help them kill this Silver, because I know she's gonna ult soon. Just a matter. Oh, they got her.
Our coordination was impeccable.
Here we go.
They took down Ray.
How? And he's gone.
Very wily paradox.
There you go. Let me.
They have to be
Shouldn't
around
have
here.
said that. Oh. I'm here to help. Here we go. Oh, how am I missing these shots? What? I'm just fucking so bad, bro. Yep. Pull him in there.
A Green Walker is under attack.
God, bro. Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh my fucking god. I'm so bad. Not even funny.
Is good information and what's bad.
That shit's gone, dude. That shit's so gone.
I'm gonna link the website in the description. Check them out. Donate. Our subject of this story is a which isn't anything outstanding.
Are they pushing or what the fuck are they doing?
Bank robberies were all the rage. To give you an idea, in 1991 across the entire United States, there were 9,380.
Yeah, let me back the fuck up. Yep, knew it. I'm dead.
In the 80s, the police said that they were catching about 25% of bank robbers. So statistically, you could walk into a building full of money with a gun and be...
Good luck.
Holy shit.
Is under attack.
It's so much fucking damage. fuck that miss, but whatever. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. Dude.
Walker is under attack. A Green Walker is under attack.
I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. I should probably help Shiv, but
Urn is waiting to be claimed.
I was gonna fucking flip out. Oh no, Shiv's got this. Yeah, keep going.
Break their weapons. Break their will.
Shiv lives. No. What the fuck is going on here, bro? And he just fucking disappears. Fucking fantastic, bro.
I'm becoming someone I didn't want to be.
Yeah, this is fucking bad. This is really bad. It's basically, this game's fucking over with. They're just way better. It doesn't matter how many souls we get or whatever. Dude, we gotta push away.
They will come for me, and I will be ready.
Just gonna sit here and try and defend this. How the fuck do I miss all those shots?
Let's contribute to the chaos.
There's another one, there's someone else. Yep. Oh, we can take green, we can take green.
My mettle will be tested, and I will not falter.
laggy. Wow, they're pushing green already, bro. What? Like, bro, these motherfuckers just don't stop. I'm on my own. No one's fucking paying attention to the map that they're all fucking just on green.
Very wily, Paragon. Celeste, you are full of surprises, aren't you?
Charging time.
Is this actually a
I
comeback?
won't let you stop me.
Let's see what I can actually buy.
Oh, my friend. You just upped your survivability by at least 30%.
Let's just upgrade some shit.
An excellent choice.
Okay. Guess I'm just gonna AFK on green. Just for a little bit.
The king's favor.
Our coordination was impeccable.
I think Paradox is good. I'll buy my so low on souls, bro. I just keep dying, that's why. There's fucking ass. Oh, what? Ooh, ooh. But that's right, you fucking better run, nigga. Oh shit. Oh god, that got a little intense. Fuck.
Your aim is impeccable, Wraith.
Yep. 100% that.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed. Greenwich is under attack.
Oh my god, what? Yeah, I did all I fucking could there.
Celeste, you are full of surprises, aren't
They
you?
could take mid, but I definitely going to.
Let's go.
Don't try and help him before we get fucking stomped. X, this is gonna end badly.
The Rejuvenator is descending. A Green Walker is under attack. It's ours. Let the king strengthen you.
I'm pushing green. Yellow, blue.
I'm ready to hold the line. Sweet Ram, thank you for your aid.
Nowhere to hide. Time to make my move. Stay where you are.
I'm just getting started.
Warden,
headed this way.
Your heroism is inspiring.
I'm not gonna make it in time. They're gonna. If someone's not on it, they're fucking
is
dumb.
under attack.
Shit, help, red. Fuck. Okay. Actually, yeah, let's push this shit. They're all busy. No way you fucking actually caught that.
Enjoying the show? For your pitiful lives.
You got one rejuve. Bro, I'm taking this shit. Are we pushing in? What? Oh shit, I guess we're pushing in. No way we actually win this. What?
Take him down.
This is only the beginning.
Celeste stands with us, and our enemies shy from her light.
This goes as well as the hook. For your pitiful lives. I'm not even warmed up yet.
The rejuvenator has expired.
Yeah, this last one. That's all I fucking want.
Feel free to give up anytime.
Yeah, they need to leave. This is not gonna end well. I feel like that's gonna be ass, but fuck it. I mean, fuck, we still gotta walk her up. Oh shit. No, no, no. Holy shit. Potion. Oh god. Run! No!
When we work together, anything is possible. Headed to blue. Boss has arrived.
No way, fucking Nina, bro. Yeah, Celeste knows what she's doing. She wants to push in. There's 2 left. It's definitely taking their last fucking tower.
Guess we're gonna see what happens.
Ooh, yeah, she knows what she's doing. Where is she? What's she doing?
I might want to get back to my friends.
Oh shit, shit. Oh my god, how am I so low on souls, bro?
Listen. You guys might want to give up and save us all some time.
Let's see you still standing.
No fucking way, bro. I'm taking their tower.
Let's go mid. I must be cautious. The ritual must continue. The Rejuvenator is descending.
There we go. They're coming back. They're coming back. No fucking way. Oh my god. I'm dead. I still did really bad that game. I don't know how the fuck we came back. That was insane.
That was amazing.
Yeah, she definitely gets to know about this chick was fucking insane. Oh my god. The fuck did I do? That much objective damage? What? Still did really fucking bad. Holy. Like, it's not even funny how bad I did. I don't even know what the fuck happened.
Pretty okay. In the early 90s, the government tried to curb this by de-incentivizing bank robberies. Transportation and storage of money became more secure, guards were more common at bank locations, and on the legal side of it, charges went from a few years jail time to up to 25 years in prison for armed robbery. And as things like forensics developed, that 25% number jumped up to around 53. Part of the reason they cracked down so hard on it was because in high population areas like LA, bank robberies had become a weird kind of pyramid scheme. Around 89, there was this epidemic where these gang leaders would get like crack addicts and homeless people off the side of the road and then give them a gun and then have them walk into a bank and rob the place with a note that was also written for them by the guy who, you know, gave them the gun. So they just walk up to the teller, hand the note, teller would hand the money, and they'd walk away like it was a McDonald's. So if, you know, bank robberies are so easy, you don't even have to be at the bank to rob it, someone should probably do something. In 1992, one gang called the Rolling 60s claimed 363 bank robberies in that year alone. Or in other words, one gang was robbing a bank a day with 2 vacation days. LA was so bad that in 1991, remember that 9,388 figure I gave earlier? Well, 1 in 4 of those was in LA. Think about that. You have this data for the entire United States, and if you remove one city, it drops by 25%. It was so bad that in LA in 1992, there was a robbery every 42 minutes. Why would you work at a bank? I'll get off this tangent in just a minute, but I decided real quick, like, how many banks are there in LA? And the first thing I got linked to was bank robberies, because of course I did. And this site is telling me that between 85 and 95, there were 3,500 banks in the region that were robbed 17,106 times. Meaning that if you worked at a bank in LA for those 10 years, statistically you were robbed at gunpoint 5 times. At what point do you just, like, not use money anymore? Bro, one day in 1992, there were 28 bank robberies in one day. Oh my word. So, suffice to say, it was bad. Hence, all of the crackdowns on bank robberies that I mentioned a moment ago. Now, this had 2 effects. One, yes, it did lower the overall number of robberies because people who thought it would be a quick cash grab weren't ready to deal with the security, the lower takeaways, and perhaps most importantly, the long jail sentences. But the second effect that it had is that now, whenever someone came to rob a bank, they came to rob a bank. Gone were the days of sort of small-scale mugging where any Joe could just walk into the bank with a pistol and then the teller would just throw giant white bags with dollar signs on them across the counter. That's how banks work, right? Now, a new type of robbery became more common, called a takeover. A takeover is the kind of thing you're familiar with in the movies, where the people walk into the bank and very loudly assert their dominance by shooting bullets into the air and telling everyone to get down. Because now getting the money was a much more involved process, as was getting through things like security guards and increased police presence. In order to be successful, you had to show your teeth and do it fast. Which leads us to today's suspects, Larry Phillips Jr. and Emilian Matasarevic. Larry Phillips Jr. was born under the alias of Larry Warfeld.
What?
He was born under an
Unable
alias
to
because his
find
parents
child
were wanted by the
abusing
law.
profile
At only
and layout
19
file.
years old, Larry's father, Larry
Citadel
Phillips
DB,
Sr.,
okay.
was arrested
It's
for
probably
grave
not- yeah,
robbing
that just
because he was trying
crashed
to
it all.
remove somebody's head because he thought it was funny. And then after that, he committed several robberies for which he was eventually arrested and then escaped, to which he was now on the run. So, you know, Junior had a great role model growing up. Other stories claim that his mother was a criminal as well. However, at the very least, she was okay with her husband's doings.
Unrecognized
His dad was
BKB.
finally caught and arrested the day after
Wonderful.
Junior's 6th birthday. And throughout his upbringing, Larry had a
Upload
hatred for law
VPK
enforcement and
files
authority.
in your
Emil's
mods
childhood
folder that
wasn't as
aren't in your
catastrophic,
mods list to
however, it
dismiss
certainly
this
wasn't
alert.
ideal either. Emil was born in
Analyze add-ons
Romania,
with
and
the
at the age of 10, he immigrated to the United States with his parents. He was the new kid at school, which caused him to be rather withdrawn and quiet. While all the reports indicate that he had a healthy
this
and
mean?
wealthy life at home with his parents, he wasn't doing well socially. One neighbor stated in an interview that whenever Emil graduated
Custom
high
mods
school, he
warning.
threw a
This
party
mod is
and
already
no one showed up.
installed.
Also know, just because I said that, someone's going to be like, oh, poor sad boy bank robber shootout man. His mother said the one hobby that her son ever really had was firearms, which, you know, I think in and of itself is fine. But, you know, the other thing he did, which was sitting on the front steps of his house and disassemble and reassemble his guns every day while staring at neighborhood children, maybe not okay. Regardless of these shortcomings, Emil became an electrical engineer and even started his own business.
Is that a big piece of candy? Because it looks like a big piece of candy.
You won't see it coming. It'll be great. Don't worry. Most stories say that Larry and Emil met each other in 1989 at a Gold's Gym at Venice Beach. Some other stories indicate that they knew each other beforehand, but 1989 is as early on the timeline that can be confirmed. You wouldn't think the two would get along, but after they figured out that they had a shared interest in firearms and eventually crime, they were a match made in not heaven. Now, it can't really be confirmed what was happening in the next several years following their meet. It seems that Emil was running his business for some time, and Larry was running his own business that we'll talk about. But for reasons I'll talk about later, I believe they were doing small-scale crimes during this time, and were slowly working their way up to what they would become. That side hustle of Larry's was real estate scams. He became a real estate agent and started doing all of these backdoor schemes in order to steal money from clients. He also shoplifted a $400 suit for funsies, I guess. So before his first big arrest, he had already stacked up a history of white-collar crime. There are several other crimes, because remember, LA was getting robbed a lot, that are believed to have been perpetrated by the two men, although it can't be confirmed. Unofficially, they are associated with 2 armored car robberies and 3 bank robberies. I mean, it's, you know, not hard to see why. If all these were really them, then their first official hit was on an armored car on July the 20th of 1993. That incident went off mostly without a hitch. That was until October the 29th of that same year. The 2 of them were pulled over for speeding, and whenever the officer walked up to the window and began asking them basic questions, like where's your driver's license and insurance, they started to get nervous. Or at the very least, Emil did. See, at this point they were using so many fake IDs and names for when it came to vehicles they were renting, or properties that Larry was trying to scam someone on, and false business practices, that it was pretty easy to get their stories mixed up, which it seems Emil did. When they were asked, is this your car, they were supposed to say that they had rented it from the airport because the car was rented from the airport. Instead, Emil panicked and said it's Dennis's mom's. Dennis was the alias that Larry was using at the time. So the cop was suspicious, he ran numbers on the car and saw that the story doesn't make sense, so he eventually arrested them and searched the car. In the rental car, they found 2 rifles, 2 handguns, 3,000 rounds of ammunition, police radio scanners, smoke bombs, IEDs, body armor, and 3 fake license plates. I almost have to give them credit for having the gall to drive around downtown LA in a rented vehicle with a small armory in the trunk. The 2 were charged with conspiracy to commit robbery. Duh, because, you know, after they ran their names in prints, they saw they were using fake aliases and had a record, and, you know, I'm sure those IEDs weren't medicinal. They were each given short jail sentences and 3 years probation. The most important part of this is that they were each given felony charges and had all their guns confiscated. Over the next few years, again, this is assuming that they did rob all of the places it's assumed that they robbed, they would hit another armored car in June of 1995, this time killing one of the guards aboard the armored car, and then torching the vehicle that they had drove in order to get rid of evidence. I guess they like heat. And then in 96, robbed 2 Bank of America locations. If they did do these hits, then they had stolen at this point about $1.5 million. The pair, only known for their ski mask and AKs, were dubbed the High Incident Bandits. Here we go with the cool names again. At this point, again assuming the previous robberies were them, they got this method down to a science. They would go in loud, shooting rounds into the ceiling in order to freak everybody out. One of them would get the crowd to lay down and not look at their faces, so there was no risk of them being identified, while the other would go to the back door, shoot the door open to the teller's area, and have the bank manager take them to the vault where they would load cash into bags and then leave. Several of these heists took place in under 3 minutes, and given that the average police response time in the area was 8 minutes, the business was doing pretty good. However, as we're going to find out, for each of these heists, they brought an absurd amount of ammunition with them just in case something went down. They had planned for their next hit to be at another Bank of America location, this time the one at 6600 Laurel Canyon Boulevard. This was the largest Bank of America location in North Hollywood, so they assumed it would have the largest takeaway. This location had a parking lot to the north and south with a neighborhood bordering it on the east and a shopping mall bordering it to the west. While this did mean there was a higher chance to be seen as it was a high traffic area, it also meant that there were several escape routes. And in order to maintain fire superiority, the pair would bring with them 3 Norinco Type 56 rifles, or in other words, Chinese AK-47s, a Bushmaster XM15 dissipator, which is essentially a Sporter M16 with a shortened barrel, an HK91 or civilian G3, and a Beretta 92 FS.
No way.
The guns will come into more detail as things start to go wrong, trust me. The
before
pair
one of those
also
fuckers
heavily
grab-
laid up
Yep,
in
knew
body
it.
armor, each wearing bulletproof material for a soft vest before inserting metal trauma plates underneath
Come
those
here.
vests. Phillips went a step farther
Give
by
it,
wearing
give it
a
up, give it up.
or essentially a bulletproof diaper,
Give it
as
up.
well as taking pieces of Kevlar and duct taping it to his
Why
arms
do
and
they
legs.
keep
All of
stealing
the
it?
weapons that
Give
they
it.
brought were not only illegally
Oh my god, I'm
made,
gonna die.
well, they were both felons, but they were also illegally modified, save for the Beretta and the HK91. If anything were to go down, the men would essentially become walking juggernauts, and as we're going to see, that's exactly what happened. Each of the men wore gloves in order to hide their fingerprints, so the gloves had sewn-in watch faces so that they could time the robbery itself. So, on February the 28th of 1997, the 2 men pulled into the north parking lot at 9:16 a.m. To calm their nerves, the 2 downed phenobarbital before they walked in. Phenobarbital is typically an anti-seizure medication, but for what they were using it for, it was a very intense nerve suppressor. The 2 set their timers for 8 minutes and then exited the 1987 Chevy Celebrity. Completely kitted out, the 2 made their way to the sidewalk and then began to walk into Bank of America. And that 8-minute timer probably would have been okay if it wasn't for a patrol car that just so happened to be driving by at the same time. The patrol car saw the 2 guys in ski masks, bulletproof armor with rifles walking into the building and figured it was a problem. Walking into the front door, there was a man using the ATM who Larry grabbed, threw on the floor, yelled, "This is a holdup," and began shooting into the ceiling. Larry kept shooting and telling everyone to get down, while Emil ran to the teller door, shot the lock off, and then grabbed the assistant manager. As soon as the 2 had walked in, the teller hit the panic button, although that didn't really matter because again the patrol car already saw them, and Emil made his way with the assistant manager to the vault to start loading the bags of money. Now, as mentioned earlier, a lot of these robberies only took a couple minutes. However, due to the recent string of robberies, a couple probably committed by Larry and Emil, the banks had changed procedure. So now, instead of just opening one key and all the money was there for the taking, money was composed into these small individual lock boxes. Because of that, it took way longer to load the bags with money than it had previously. On top of that, the pair had planned to hit the bank this Friday morning because there was supposed to be a money delivery a few hours earlier. However, again, because of the string of bank robberies, deliveries were purposefully sporadic. So Emil kept yelling at the assistant manager to give him the rest of the money because he thought there was more even though there wasn't none, and what there was took longer to get a hold of. This would cause the two to eat up the entirety of their 8 minutes. Larry was again out in the lobby on crowd control. However, for some reason, 3 minutes after this all began, he walked outside to the front door of the bank. To me, this indicates that he probably saw the patrol car see them as they were walking inside, because I don't know why else he would do this. He walks out the front doors and then just standing there, ski mask and AK to his side, looks down the street one direction and down the street to the other direction, and then just walks back in. It's believed that whenever he looked south, he could probably see the cop car, which was the initial cop car that called for backup. So what probably happened, in my opinion, is he saw the cop car and then thought this is probably going to be bad. So then he's on crowd control, he gets everyone to lay down. He then walks back outside to check, sees the
Laser
cop car and
cutter.
thinks, yeah, it's going to get bad. After he comes back inside, he goes to the security guard who is laying on the ground with everyone else before putting a gun to the back of his head and saying, "Whenever I tell you to, move everyone into the vault." Larry then says something to Emil, most likely informing him that there's police outside and it's about to be a fight. So Emil zips up the bag he's been filling, which contains $303,305, as well as 3 dye packs. Dye packs, for those that don't know, are these little packets of dye that are made to explode if something's stolen or taken away, so that it becomes unusable and traceable for whoever stole it. I'm sure Emil wasn't aware of this, and after a short discussion with Phillips, they changed their game. While all of this is happening inside, on the outside, police are taking up defensive positions around the front door of the bank. I also want to mention really quickly, I looked at so many different interviews and documentaries and websites in preparation for this, and this always happens with stories or cases I read about, that some information's wrong, but like entire documentaries had no idea what they were talking about. Like, the majority of them conflicted with the footage that is clearly visible and just said that the pair did things that they did not do. One of the documentaries said that the two split up at one point and Emil walked out of a door that doesn't actually exist. One of them claimed that Emil was so intoxicated on the barbiturates that he passed out at one point, which he did not. And one of them claimed that Larry tried to kill Emil. No. It was too dumb not to mention. I had to get that off my chest. Especially before this whole situation goes from bad to worse, which it's about to right now. So the first wave of officers has now made their positions in front of the bank, and Emil is currently trying to bust open the ATMs in order to get some more money. So Larry steps out of the bank, now seeing more police cars lined up in front of him, and just starts shooting. Again, his AK had been illegally converted, so it was just full auto fire in the middle of a busy street in LA at 9 in the morning. See, for those that don't know, police were not allowed to carry rifles in their cruiser during this time. Because of that, nearly every officer at the scene only had a Beretta M92 or a Smith & Wesson revolver, meaning the largest caliber that the police had on hand was this, a 9mm bullet. For a comparison, one of the guns that Larry used was an HK91 chambered in .308, which, if this is a 9mm, this is what they were carrying. Now, normally up close, it doesn't matter if a bullet's a bullet. However, this gunfight took place from several hundred feet away, and Larry and Emil were decked out in body armor. Meaning, even if a police officer managed to hit an insane shot from 200 feet away with a handgun, the armor would catch the round. And meanwhile, Larry and Emil were able to pierce through the doors of police cars. So for the first 4 minutes, Larry's just standing outside, shooting a lot, and then reloading, and then shooting again without really worrying about cover. And the police on the receiving end were essentially pinned down and taking on casualties. Several officers and civilians were receiving gunshots to the legs and arms. The police began retrieving shotguns from their vehicles, but again, at the distance, they didn't do much, and what they did do, the armor stopped.
Bro, these
One
guys
officer
are so
who was
fucking
wounded stumbled into a dentist office that was located in a strip mall, and as he stumbled into the door bleeding, the dentist began to patch him up as his partner stood inside and watched the door with the shotgun.
Figure it out.
After 4 minutes of this, Larry steps back into the doorway of the bank, and Emil comes out to join him. The police during this time are trying to take pot shots at the two, but anytime one of them gets a shot off, they're met with a hail of gunfire. This continues for about 3 minutes before the duo decide to make their way back to the car. I also want to shut down a rumor that's often associated with this case. A lot of the media outlets that report on it, and again, even make documentaries about it to this day for some reason, say that these two were unbelievably intoxicated and barely able to comprehend what they were doing. There are several cases coming up that disprove this, and the first one's here. The two began a bounty maneuver in which Emil laid down covering fire for Larry as he ran to a position in the parking lot, and then whenever Larry got there, he stopped and laid down covering fire for Emil as Emil ran to the parking lot. Also during this time, several who were on the scene, including the officers who were interviewed, said that the two were lousy shots, and that's why most of the shots missed their target. However, during covering fire, the purpose is not to wait for someone to pop up and then fire, it's to lay down enough shots so that they never have a chance to fire. The two were very skilled and very well thought out when it came to their strategy, which is what makes the following several minutes all the more interesting. As Emil began to follow Larry to the parking lot, about 6 feet after leaving the door, the dye packets exploded. Now, what Emil did not know, or at least didn't realize in the heat of the moment, is that most of the money was fine as it was still wrapped in plastic. However, Larry, thinking that it was all ruined, dropped the money bag. Also during this time, all the officers on the scene had their own events going on. For example, one officer that was shot in the leg pulled off his gun belt and used it as a makeshift tourniquet to stop the bleed. And upon rounding the corner to the parking lot, Emil finally took his first effective hit when he was shot just above the eye. This was also around the same time that media helicopters began to arrive on the scene and film in the air. During the video, you can see Emil grabbing his head and then touching the hood of the white car next to him and the clearly visible blood print. It seems that getting shot in the face highly discouraged Emil from continuing the fight. At this point, it's believed the two had taken several rounds to the body armor, but the face is a big deal. After this, Emil goes and sets down in the car. It's unknown if he did this in order to leave or if he was just trying to gather himself, but either way, Larry was certainly not moved as he made his way to the trunk and began resupplying ammo. Now, what happened during the next 20 minutes is a mystery. There seems to be a conversation happening between the two on the ground, but we can't be sure what it is. Regardless of what Emil's intentions are in this moment, it seems that Larry is ready to fight. He keeps sweeping the areas where he saw gunfire coming from earlier, as well as checking the streets to which police could be coming down, as well as coming around the building and checking the driving
Holy shit,
lane.
how far down
All the
does
while,
this
when
go?
he goes to these corners, he continues firing shots. Now, it's not known if Larry was doing this for strategic purposes. Perhaps he thought the only way he could get away is if he took out some of the resistance as he did it, or if he just decided that this was going to be his Alamo and he was going to take some guys out while he's on his way. Now, at this exact point in the gunfight, whenever the two of them are by the vehicle, it's very possible that the two could have driven away. The police who were there were pinned down and couldn't do anything to stop them. One officer even remarked over the radio that if they tried to leave, don't shoot. Now, could they have gotten away long term? Probably not. There were 6 helicopters watching them at this time, but that's like a long-term problem. He was probably worried about the short term. Or at least he should have been. Maybe Larry just didn't know his situation and was convinced the police would show up around the corner at any minute. He was partially right, as one cop made his way along the cement wall that separated the bank from the neighborhood to the east, and upon seeing him, Larry let out several rounds towards the wall he was hiding behind. During this time, Larry was hit at least 3 times, with one of them believed to have hit him in the side where his armor wasn't protecting him. Either from the drugs or the adrenaline, though, it didn't seem to bother him. At the same time, everywhere around the pair was being locked down. The streets were being shut down several blocks away, and all the schools in
I don't
the
think I'm
area
gonna
were
make it.
locked down. Again, during this time, the police guns didn't really do anything. So a few police drove down to a local place called B&B Guns and barged in asking the owner for more firepower. The owner gave them 5 Colt Sporters, 2 Remington shotguns, and several magazines. At the same time, even though the surrounding roads were shut down, paramedic crews began to make their way in and try to help the injured. At this point, it seems that Larry had ran out of ammo for the belt rig that he was using. So he walks to the back of the car and Emil's
Holy shit.
and Larry ditches his gear and pulls out the HK-91 that had yet been used. He then grabs several magazines for it and continues to fire. However, at one point, he reaches into the car, possibly to tell something to Emil or grab something from Emil, when an officer stands up and shoots him in the arm. Larry continues to fire rounds, but for the rest of the gunfight, he can be seen using his left arm to support the rifle rather than hold it, at least not hold it with any efficiency. It was possible at this point, now that his support arm was down, that he realized it was about to get bad. In either frustration or trying to get them out of the airspace so they could escape, Larry started shooting at a CBS helicopter. While this was going on and he was just firing wildly into the air, never hitting anything, several of the paramedic teams were able to evac people on the ground. Also during this time, news reporters began to get close and get footage from the ground of the pair trying to escape. In another move that, again, people who cover this say was a drug-induced paranoia, but if you watch the video, is actually a pre-plan, Larry begins getting out AK magazines and setting them on the roof of the car. People point to this and say that he was out of his mind and trying to reload a gun with the wrong mags, but what it seems he was actually doing was counting the rounds he had on hand for his 91 and realized that he would soon need to switch back to an AK. It also seems because of this that he had communicated to Emil that they need to go now. However, the problem with this was so many shots had been fired at the two at this point that not only were the majority of the windows in the parking lot shot out, but the Chevy had 2 flat tires. While Larry is reloading the HK, Emil slides over to the passenger side of the bench seat and begins giving covering fire. It's during this time while walking around the side of the car that it seems Larry was hit 3 times. He then began to fire back, seemingly unfazed. However, many believe that this was the killing blow. And not for the round that Larry took, he was only shot in his hand and seemed to be okay, I mean his left arm was down anyway, but because of the round that hit his gun. Again, Larry was using an HK91, and for YouTube this is airsoft or something. The furniture's different, but the operation of this one's the same. The HK91 has a short mag well that you load your magazines into so that they can feed rounds into the gun. In a rather bizarre malfunction, his gun was shot right there at the front of the mag well. This created a sort of divot in the gun itself so that the magazine became trapped inside of it. So he couldn't get the old magazine out when he needed to reload, and he certainly couldn't put a new one in. Again, some consider this to be the kill shot because it causes Larry to do what he does next. Larry then ditches his gun in the back of the car and pulls out a now third and previously unused AK. I think he was already mentally planning to switch over to this one, hence him laying out the AK mags, but this was a problem as his AK kept jamming. Now, my theory behind this setup, and this just makes the most sense watching the whole thing to me. These guys had illegally converted all their guns, except again for the HK and the Beretta that were still semi-automatic. To convert these guns, which I am not going to explain on the internet because I like not being in jail, but it requires some level of cutting and sawing on the internals of the gun itself. Because these guys were familiar with the firearms, I think Larry knew that that AK was defective. Because think about it, he had used an AK initially in the robbery, and then he took all the time to take off all that gear and then put on all of the HK91 gear, only to then take all of that off and then put on the AK again. It seems like he really didn't want to use that AK for some reason. Now the solution to this would be, why didn't he just use the original AK that didn't have any problems, but all of the AKs were loaded with these big drum mags, so maybe mentally it just seemed easier to grab the AK and start shooting. I don't know, just a thought. Either way, it seems his gun kept jamming. He would fire a burst of rounds, then have to clear it and continue. It also didn't help that, at least inferring by the footage, he was shot in the left forearm again and was now leaning on the side of the car. With all of this happening at once, Emil really wanted to leave that north parking lot. Eventually, he leans over to the passenger side and pushes open the door for Larry to get in.
No.
But Larry, determined to do whatever he's about to do, slams the door shut and remains outside. So now, Emil is driving the car with 2 flat tires as Larry uses it
faster.
as
Why
a
did you
cover
just
and
stop?
continues
I should be
firing.
able to
While
search
still
with
firing
my-
and possibly communicating something to Emil, they get to the exit of the north lot and Larry makes a bound for cover to his east. There was a large tractor trailer parked there, which actually was only parked there because a neighbor had complained about its previous position the night before. While still being shot at, Larry runs to one side of the tractor trailer for cover, while Emil drives around it to the other side. It seems that the two lost sight of each other here. Emil starts to slowly gas the car as if he's waiting for Larry to come out on the other end, and Larry starts looking back and forth on either side of the truck to see where Emil is. It was during these few seconds that an officer had looped around to Emil's side of the tractor trailer and began shooting at him in the vehicle. Emil panicked and gassed the car, and in the video you can see the car hit the curb and then correct itself. But it now meant that Larry was completely alone and without cover. While standing and supposedly looking for Emil, Larry got shot twice in the back, one of the rounds hitting his subclavian artery. It's very possible here, with that shot being the first shot that would have given a lot of blood and pain, that Larry started to panic. Because while returning fire from behind the trailer, his gun jammed again, and this time he made it way worse. See, Larry's gun
open.
experienced something commonly called a stovepipe.
So,
in other words, one of the casings that was supposed to come out of the gun instead stayed inside the gun. On the inside of the AK, there's this little rail that runs along the left side of the firearm. One of the casings had become stuck underneath this rail. Now normally, if he was thinking straight, which it seems earlier he was as he had cleared like 3 of these jams, all you would have to do is remove the magazine, the casing would drop out, put the magazine back in, and you're good to go. But Larry, seemingly in a panic, grabbed the bolt and started racking it down, which as you can see, runs in that area where the casing was stuck and makes it dig further down in the gun. And he just started racking that thing over and over and essentially broke the gun. In order to fix what he did, it would take an entire field disassembly, which he did not have the time for. This is why many say the shot to the HK earlier sealed his fate, because it caused him to get a faulty gun, which he then made much worse in frustration. That and the shot to his subclavian artery, which would have gave him realistically about 30 minutes before he bled out. Seeing nowhere else to go, Larry crawled underneath the tractor trailer. Shortly after Larry had crawled under the truck, a cop car came up that was chasing Emil's vehicle. However, the driver looked towards the tractor trailer and saw Larry hiding underneath it. So they quickly got out of the car, shot towards Larry, and probably hit him another 2 times. I think it was during this time Larry really put together that this wasn't going to end well. He went from his very tactful and straightforward idea to a much more sloppy and casual walk. He drew his handgun from his shoulder holster and began firing it one-handed at the police. In his left hand, for some reason, he was holding an HK magazine, as if he was going to make it back up the road to the car and get the gun back out. It's possible at this moment that the lack of adrenaline and blood loss was getting to him. He continued to exchange shots with the police until one of the police rounds hit him in the hand, causing him to drop his gun. It was at this moment, having been shot, as we're going to see, a lot, bleeding everywhere,
supposed to
and
go
now
out to
being shot in both
dinner
his
with
hands and his gun laying on the ground,
lunch or whatever
that
with
Larry
Mima.
decided it was over.
She
and
said
also
11.
that he wasn't going to jail.
Like
So Larry
12.
leaned over,
She's coming over
picked
here
up
at
the
like
gun with his injured hand,
11:45.
and took his own life. The police, not able to see
I
anything from
don't
their
know
angle,
if she
had
invited
no
you.
clue if the guy was crouching down to reload or laying down to take a shot, so they just kept shooting him as he laid on the ground.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a darker video. I'm just now realizing, hey, monetization, who needs it? I also have to mention the side story because it's hilarious. The house that was immediately next to or on the corner of where the shooting took
Yeah,
place
no,
had a man
I
and
kind
his
of
housekeeper there.
didn't do it the last few
And
times,
the
so I feel like I
housekeeper
kind of
kept
have to,
trying
you know.
leave, and the man was
Alright.
saying, no, you can't,
Love
there's
you.
like a gunfight going outside. And the housekeeper, who was from South America, said that he was being a wuss because this happened all the time where she's from, and he needs to quit being a baby about it. So then while the two of them are having this argument, literally like 10 feet away outside, the shootout just ended with Larry. So the police come to the door for some reason and ask if they can use one of the man's bed sheets to cover up the body of Larry. And the man was like, no. Which, understandably, imagine if a guy comes into your neighborhood and decides to turn it into Desert Storm, and the police are like, we really need to, you know, be respectful of him. Like, no! I'm not ruining my wife's linen sheets just so he doesn't have to get some sun. I'm sure he's not complaining. So now the only person who's left is Emil. Also, at the same time, SWAT had finally arrived at the scene. SWAT didn't mobilize towards the bank until the second report of an officer down. Again, as we established earlier, if SWAT arrived at every bank robbery in LA, they would have to be deployed several times a day. So now that the main gunfight was over, the SWAT officers were in cop cars just driving through the neighborhoods around the bank itself, because everyone was on the hunt for Emil's car. So it was essentially a giant game of Pac-Man. Emil, who has been slowly rolling his car in intervals, then gets out of his car and looks back towards Larry. Now, at this point that he did this, Larry had been killed, although the police hadn't come up to his body